Hi, this is Kristen with California LASIK Eye. I'm here today with Marlene to talk a little bit about her experience with getting the light adjustable lens. So Marlene, can you tell me what kind of prompted you to look into eye surgery? What kind of problems were you having with your eyes?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so my eyes just deteriorated rapidly after I started to get a little older. So first I was using readers, and then I started to notice weird color stuff, and then my driving was really affected. That's probably what really did it. It was like Mrs. Magoo. I could see straight ahead into the headlights, but if I had to make a turn, I would end up in the wrong lane, or, it kind of got a little scary.
Yeah.
Oncoming headlights. So I actually went to my original insurance provider, and they kept saying, well, you've got a little bit of time and before you really need cataract surgery. So in the meantime, carry a flashlight.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
So I started looking into alternatives.
Uh-huh.
Found this, just by research.
Wonderful, wonderful. So if I'm understanding correctly, you weren't quite meeting the insurance criteria for cataract surgery.
I wasn't, but I kept thinking to myself, so how long do I go on like this?
Right.
Like, I just kept thinking there had to be a better alternative than waiting till I got in a wreck, or and my quality of life just for seeing, reading labels. I mean, to read a label, I had progressives, and I would still have a magnifying glass and a flashlight.
Oh,
I mean,
gosh.
it was just, it just didn't seem like I had to live that way. There had to be some,
Absolutely, absolutely. And so you tell me a little bit about what prompted you to choose the light adjustable lens specifically?
I didn't want to wear glasses. Number one, I hate glasses. I wanted them to go away. And as I was researching it, I also kind of looked at the other alternatives, like, one in cataract surgery, they're saying one lens to look far and one to look near, and none of it seemed, it just didn't seem the best the best result that I could have. So I just started looking into it, and the light adjustable seemed to restore vision the most. So that's what I decided.
Excellent. And so you had surgery with us here in our office-based surgery center.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about the day of surgery, about your experience?
Yep. I will remind you that one of the first things I said is, you will not find anybody more squeamish about their eyes than me. And that is absolutely the truth. I mean, I couldn't even imagine myself putting in a contact lens. So that wasn't like, I'm so squeamish about my eyes, and I was nervous. Everything was so calm, and, I had a little bit of,
The Valium.
the Valium, and literally it was a non-event. There was no pain, there was no anxiety, everything just went off just absolutely fine.
Oh, good. I'm so glad to hear
no
that.
trauma.
Yeah, good. I'm so glad to hear that.
Yeah.
And is there anything in particular about the light adjustable lens you would want other patients who are considering it to know?
It is a little bit of a process, in that you have the adjustments and things change slightly. Mine has been pretty consistent. There were just very small fine tune-ups, I should say. But in general, it went pretty good. There were small periods of time and where I had kind of different phenomena. For a while, I saw some lights instead of a pinpoint. I saw like a little halo, but I didn't get anxious about it or anything because Dr. Barnett had told me it's kind of a process, and sure enough, everything just kind of would, you'd have a little something after an adjustment, but it all just would smooth out, and everything was fine. So beside the process, what really surprised me that is like better than I ever imagined is that I see like I did when I was a kid. Not only do I read labels and I see close-up very well, but I also look out and I can see detail of the leaves on the trees and on the mountain ridges, and it's almost shocking to me that I can see that good, which I can. And the other thing that really amazes me is that there's a little difference in each eye, but seriously, with each individual eye, I can still read. I can still read with both eyes, and I can see far with both eyes. So I know there's adjustment, you know, I can see a little bit of adjustment with one eye that I don't see as crisp far, but I can still see far. Same thing with close. That was a complete surprise to me, because I never would have imagined that it would have been that great, you know. So I'm happy.
Good. I'm so glad. And well, going through the adjustment process, did you ever feel like you had trouble kind of getting used to certain adjustments? Because your brain takes a little time to kind of get used to things.
It was really such a short period. It was really like a day or two before I adjusted the things. And it really never really bothered me. I could still see fine while it was going on. It would just be a matter of, you know, one eye would seem to be a little off or a little bit of strange. Most of the time that I had any kind of after effect from an adjustment, it would be about light, you know, either like a little halo or something, but then it would go away, and it was usually I never really had any difficulty adjusting. I'll have to say that truthfully.
I'm so glad.
You know, I guess my brain kept up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
And if you could go through this process again, would you decide to stay with the light adjustable lens?
Oh gosh, yes, absolutely. I mean, this has changed everything for me. You know, I mean, the only thing, it's very cliche to say you wish you had done something sooner, you know, but I just had to take things in my own hands, you know, and get it done. If I had sat there and waited till my insurance company said, I can think of all the time that I missed out, you know, that I see fine without glasses. So yeah,
makes life a lot easier when you're not looking for all those different pairs of glasses in your bag or your flashlight.
Absolutely, my flashlight. I mean, in fact, the only real adjustment that I had is that I would go to read something, and the first thing I did was like look for my glasses or look for a flashlight, and then I would have to go, oh yeah, I don't need that anymore, you know. But it became such habit for me to grab a magnifying glass or something. That was my adjustment. Actually, I don't need this anymore. Yeah, so
that's great.
Yeah, it was a great adjustment to that. Yes, yeah.
Well, I'm so appreciative of you taking the time to kind of teach some other potential patients about the light adjustable lens and to share your experience.
Yep. So. It's like a miracle to me, so I'm very happy.
Good. I'm so glad. Thank you so much, Marlene.
You're welcome.